Welcome to PAMLIVLOGS, and today we have a very important topic of teenage pregnancy, causes, effects, and how we can solve this. Welcome again, and if you have not subscribed, hit the notification bell, rate and subscribe for more videos that we will post. I am a clinical officer by profession, and we are going to discuss this with
Edward Wilkins Odero. I'm also a teacher by profession. Kindly viewers, if you have not subscribed to this channel, hit the notification bar below this video for more videos to come. Thank you.
Teenage pregnancies is now hitting counties in this pandemic period of COVID-19. And this is normally affecting both parents and the government at large. In fact, it is roughly estimated that about 300,000 teenagers are now pregnant, and some also have given birth. And this is a very serious issue that we must discuss in more detail. Stay tuned and do not leave this channel until we shall have cleared this discussion.
Actually, the truth be told, that the parents and teachers and the community at large should take part to curb this teenage pregnancy. The way you've been told that the estimated number of girls getting pregnant, teenagers getting pregnant, are over 300,000. This is really something that is really affecting us. We will discuss on how we can help curb this teenage pregnancy, the causes and the solutions to this pandemic.
One of the major causes of teenage pregnancy is lack of information about sex. What can you say about this topic?
Normally, the information that the teenagers are given to them in schools.
Okay.
And these are given by the teachers,
Okay.
The head teachers plus the class teachers. Generally, the teachers who are in school are giving the information to these pupils.
Okay.
But they don't sometimes take this information seriously.
Okay.
Maybe a teacher can talk to a teenager concerning sex, but they ridicule the teacher sometimes, or maybe some of them take them serious, but a given number I feel that the teachers have played their part. Now they feel like they also want to test the waters.
Okay.
But what I can also say, now that the coronavirus pandemic has hit the ground, all the pupils are at home.
They are at home now.
They are with their parents.
Yes.
But there is this information that the parents lack. The parents are busy 24 hours. They cannot sit down their pupils, their children, and talk to them in black and white concerning the teenage pregnancies. And that's the reason why the parents themselves contribute to the lack of information to these pupils.
So it means also that these particular parents also, they do not have that tangible information that they should give these children.
Yeah.
And perhaps they now fear talking about sex.
Yeah.
Maybe in some, I think in some communities also, sex is considered to be a taboo, something to be discussed.
Yeah.
That's why now teenage pregnancy is on the rise.
Yeah.
Okay.
The second point that is tailored to this is inadequate services tailored to young people.
Okay.
These inadequate services to the young people. That time.
Yes.
What do you think is lacking in this?
I think this is a role that should be played by both from the grassroots level. We start from the community, tailored to parents, tailored to the government, and targeting these teenagers. I think we still lack these adequate services, like gathering these small groups of people who are out to teach them about sex and effects of teenage pregnancy. They're still lacking. Even some communities normally consider, as I said earlier, that sex is now a taboo.
Yeah.
To the community. They cannot discuss. Even our government, I think they should be providing resources to discuss this particular issue generally to the population, not even targeting teenagers only. Even we have the boys who are now making them to be pregnant. They should have this information that teenage pregnancy is something that should not be happening. They should be focusing in their studies or whatever way they are in their life in terms of making this girl not to be pregnant.
Yes, in fact, I want to agree with you that
Okay.
I can flashback during the olden times.
Yeah.
You remember the informal teaching that we had in the community.
Yes.
The community was sitting together in the evening around 5.
Okay.
And you will find that the male counterparts,
Okay.
the elders, were taking the male boys together
Okay.
in a pool,
Okay.
and then they were teaching them. The elderly women were also taking the teenage girls, and they were teaching them. If I compare during those times, I used to study with my grandfather, you know. If I compare with those times, he will really, the way he was talking, if I compare with the pandemic pregnancies taking place now, actually, it is lacking. That informal teaching and the formal teaching about this teenage pregnancy is really lacking. So if the government can come up with an activity that can bring the pupils together, inclusive, these teenagers together inclusive, even called some activists to come and help in teaching this information, then at least to a certain extent, this information will get into the pupils, will get into the teenagers, and the graph of this teenage pregnancy will be lower.
I think government also should play a role. We have community health workers that are employed to work in the community. They should be given this mandate to be having meetings with the teenagers and discuss with them issues affecting their lives, both male and female. I think if we do this, I like what Dream Department is doing. We have what we call Dream Girl. They're trying to teach girls and young adolescents what to do in terms of when they are raped or when somebody wants to involve them in early marriage. So if the government can uplift such kind of projects to the community, I think this teenage pregnancy can be covered. So that course that you said, it's very, very important.
In fact, just to wrap up this point,
yes,
I just like the way the government is dealing with HIV/AIDS.
Yes,
if they can turn this the strength they have in HIV, even you can now see even the coronavirus thing, the strength they have and the rules they have placed. If they can engage it to the teenage pregnancy, actually this thing can be reduced. The same strength that they have actually can also help us if maybe you can put this thing together in this scenario.
So another issue is that forced early marriage from parents, pressure from the community for a girl child to get married. Girl child nowadays, they value them not to be so much competitive as boys. So what can you say about that so that we can see how we solve this?
Indeed, you are right. There are some communities, in fact, I'm even scared. There are some communities right now that they normally force their children into early marriages. Once a parent has got a girl child, he sees or they see that girl child as a source of wealth.
That's right.
So this child will be pressurized. He reaches around class 5, class 6, class 7. She does not continue with education again. This parent will go to a wealthy man and impose the marriage to this girl.
Even if the girl is not willing.
So this one, the girl will automatically drop out of school and go for marriage. And when she goes for marriage, what comes again?
Pregnancy.
And then it will automatically contribute to the graph of early pregnancy.
So in this scenario, we want government to be very, very active.
Actually,
to curb this.
The Nyumba Kumi project and the chiefs in the community should help us here. The teachers should also be vigilant with the pupils in the community. The attendants taking the daily routine check of their pupils, and even during this time, they used to call it the community-based learning.
The one which is now a new kid to the block.
Kids to the block. The community-based learning should also be checking which pupil is not attending, maybe for us to see who is not there in the community. So, Dr. there's this point here which is very serious. Actually, on teenage pregnancy, called sexual violence. I don't understand it well, or it falls maybe on your docket as a medic. Can you help us know the meaning of sexual violence and how can it promote teenage pregnancy?
In respect to the topic that we are discussing today about teen pregnancy, you know, sexual violence is tagged to sex that has been done to an individual without a consent. But you know, in Kenyan laws, somebody who is under 18 does not give a consent. You know, if you have a sex
under 18 years old,
he does not give a consent. The only person which allowed by the law is over 18. The person who is able to give you a consent and you have that sexual intercourse, even marriage. But underage, we get cases like defilement or rape, and this one can lead to teenage pregnancy. So it is upon our parents, upon the community, even upon the government to look at this issue in a deeper way or in a deeper perspective. For example, government has imposed laws to curb the culprits, or what we call perpetrators, to these sexual offenses. And it is in the law that if you are caught and if you are proved beyond no reasonable doubt in the court of law, you are jailed. And it's normally from 10 years to lifetime, depending on the age that the perpetrator has affected. So we like what the government is doing. Now, before we blame the government, this one will start right from the parents, the grassroots level. Do you normally assess your child, where your child goes to, the people who your child is friending with, or the type of attire your young lady is putting on, your young child, the young girl is putting on? There's some perpetrators where they are attracted to any female body part, they just attack, and they rape or they defile.
To some extent,
yes,
some parents should be very serious about this issue.
Yes.
Because I've handled cases in my community where I am. You find that a parent does not even know where the child is sleeping. These teenagers, they are curious, they are explorers. They need to know what happens to their body. Once their body, if they don't control their bodies control them. So you as a parent viewing me, do you really know where your child is sleeping? That is number one. Number two, why do you always participate in sending your pupil or your child late in the evening? That is when the time when these perpetrators are taking the advantage. Number two, what kind of channels do you view
in terms of television?
In terms of television, there are some channels that are pornographic, have the pornographic content. The pupil may try to explore and try to check, can I really do what they were doing? So you as a parent down there, please, I want you to help that pupil. I want you to help me as a teacher. I want you to help the government. Kindly sit down with your pupils and tell them the truth about teenage pregnancy, so that they don't go outside there to be defiled, so they don't put themselves as a bait to be defiled.
Even the last issue is this, it occurred recently, leaving teenagers to go partying. With this, they will be influenced and they will start drinking, and they will not know what is happening to them until the following day. So parents, do not just give permission to your children to go partying without not knowing what will occur after that party. So Mwalimu, we want to look at this in details. Poverty as a contributory factor to teenage pregnancy. What can you tell the viewers about this?
Actually, poverty is the major contributory factor to this teenage pregnancy. Poverty is just lack of money, lack of the necessities that the pupil may need, the child may need at home. For example, let us look at this. I sometimes check these things happening in real life. A parent cannot buy for a pupil the sanitary towels that are needed. This pupil will start like going to checking the monthly, the menses, and she may not protect herself. This pupil will go to an extent of she will be tired of borrowing from other peers, because they will start laughing at her. So she will be introduced to some men out there, the perpetrators. Because of the parents cannot afford, the pupil will be forced to go and acquire. So after acquiring, the process of acquiring, men don't give things for nothing. They don't give things for nothing.
Be careful with men.
They don't. You will be given for the first day, you will be praised, you will take. But the second day, the third day, they will need to substantiate their money.
The reason why I'm doing it, can you substantiate about it?
Yes. So this actually is very painful on my side, because the girls will get pregnant not because they wanted, but because they never heard what is there.
Okay.
So a parent outside there, please, you and I know we are parents.
Okay.
Try your best to get what is needed for these pupils.
Okay.
Another information is the pocket money issue.
Okay.
You know, like the boarding fraternity,
Okay.
you will find that a pupil is not given enough pocket money.
Okay.
Once they go to the dormitory, there's the school canteen there.
Okay.
You know, this child will not be getting the enough what she needs. It will force him or her to acquire.
Okay.
Still poverty.
Okay.
Force her to acquire from these perpetrators, and that advantage and that gap left, they just take the advantage. And
Okay.
they will impregnate these girls.
So it's a challenge to our parents that first of all, the upbringing of these children
Actually,
should be very, very well.
yeah.
From the grassroots level, that a parent should be able to teach her child that this is the condition that we are living in. No matter what, do not try to do something that may affect you in future.
Don't even tell them to accept gifts.
Yes, yes.
And even the poverty can also make a parent not to give the information to these girls.
Okay.
Because the parent will be like working hard to get the money for fee and forgetting the little necessities. Like for example, a parent, a fee is almost 29,000.
Okay.
A parent has fought and got this big money.
Okay.
Forgetting the little things that maybe the ladies need. A man get outside there, buys for him chips and a soda. Chips and a soda will help him make a baby to this
particular
girl child.
Okay.
So that information, let the parents tell their pupils, even though I lack, but you should have the moral values within you. Yeah. That moral values, even the Bible says that little teaching that you teach a child when she's still young,
Yes.
she will not forget. So the upbringing should be spiritually based, such that these pupils should not be misbehaving.
Okay.
Daktari,
Yes, yes.
there is this teenagers abusing drugs,
Okay.
and they use alcohols.
Okay.
And this one may lead to teenage pregnancies.
Okay.
In your docket as a doc,
Okay.
what is your take?
Alcohol is based on now rooting back to parents.
Yeah.
I normally start from the grassroots, the way you bring your child up when your child is growing. There are some parents who see alcohol as a normal drink, as a normal food. Even there are some cases that parents have been called in school, and when they reach in school, when their children have been got drunk, they say, this is a normal drink we do in our family. What is wrong with my child taking one bottle? You know, parents should know that alcohol and any other hard stuff should be introduced to children early. Number two, children should always be taught that alcohol, marijuana or bang normally affect their central nervous system and they cannot reason. Doing this, when any perpetrator asks for sexual intercourse, she will not have that urge to say no.
Yeah.
Because she is not normal. She's under influence of either alcohol, bang or marijuana. So we should take a keen note in our children, particularly friends that they are keeping, the way we have said earlier.
Yeah.
Those who are almost 10 years, 15 years old should not even be befriending your daughter who is almost 12 years. What are they going to
discuss?
What
do they share in common?
There's nothing. So alcohol is a very, very broad topic that also should even be introduced in schools so that they should know that they are not supposed to take alcohol until they reach 18 years of age.
I just want to concur with you, Daktari.
Yes.
As a teacher, this issue of alcohol, the issue of alcohol has really affected pupils.
Okay.
Because just the way you've said, alcohol interferes with the central nervous system.
Okay.
Knocking down the balance of and the reasoning of a pupil. Now, you'll find that when teenagers take alcohol, their parents will not know.
Okay.
And unless their parents come from the alcohol community, the one you just talked about.
Okay.
There are some pupils who are very cunning. You had some recent past, some years back, that the Minister of Education banned the use of juices in schools.
Yes.
Because what happened? They were mixing this content of the juices with alcohol. they would take this alcohol, they will get drunk, and you will not even know that they were taking the alcohol. So if you are a parent up there, down there, you should know the stuff that your children are taking. And again, there are some this konyagi alcohol coming up in the rise, especially during this time of COVID-19 pandemic. You may think that the child is drinking street water, but it is just alcohol. So you as a parent, what is your child taking? Do you sit down with them, tell them that this is harmful for your life, to your life? Even the Bible is against alcohol.
Mwalimu, as a daktari, I normally meet some young teenagers when I'm from work, putting on clothes the way they are, my dress, my choice, walking the way they like, laughing in the streets. We don't normally refute that, but freedom, too much freedom from parents. Can you elaborate this? Can it contribute to teenage pregnancy? Too much freedom.
Yeah, Daktari, actually, their parents have disappointed us.
Yes.
I just don't want to give them a high five there.
Okay.
They have really disappointed us, because you will find that we have rules and regulations. Every family has got rules and regulations. Every school has got rules and regulations. But you will find that there are some families where the pupils act like a king or queen. Where in these families, they are the decision makers in the family. What to put on, where to go, how to socialize. All these things are coming in. I'm very sorry to say, families where the parents have not gone to school. The illiterate parents. Where when the child has already gone to school, maybe a child is in Form 1 or Form 2, and this parent maybe finished at Class 3 or maybe that under class. They will view this pupil as a king. So the pupil will be doing the choice. Is the one choosing the type of dress to put on, the type of haircut, the mini skirts. So this freedom, the too much freedom, will make this pupil give his own rules or his or her own rules and regulations, and this will maybe leading to the teenage pregnancy. How will it lead to the teenage pregnancy? A child, for instance, puts on a very short skirt. You know, men, they always call themselves Team Mafisi.
Yes.
When they see this pupil, what will they do next? They will see the pupil as a bait, and the pupil will be like an attacking point to them. So when they attack the pupil, that is when the social, the sexual violence comes in. They rape the child, they defile, and so the parents, the too much freedom issue, they should limit the freedom that the pupils have. There must be some rules in these homes to come there. If the rules are there in the community, and we also combine with the rules in school, we will find that the pupils are moving a straight path.
What about this idea of a teenager having a mobile phone, this normal Android, the recent Android phones that can able to access internet? Can it play a role in contributing to this teenage pregnancy?
In fact, Kenya is growing very fast. We may not feel that the people should not be having phones because of the high internet rate where the country is moving. The country is moving internetly. Even the universities, you find that they are reading online. But at what age will you introduce your pupil to a phone or your child to a phone? At what age will you introduce your child to a phone? So you will find that there's too much freedom. A child will be demanding for a phone. The parent will be giving the phone to the child. So what they are going to use with the phone now is what matters. You'll find the pupils go online pornography now. So this issue, the parents should be limiting what to give. At what age should they give the phone to the pupils?
In fact, I like the way some Americans normally do. If you have to give your child a phone, they normally configure this phone until if they want to watch something that is above their age, they cannot access. Yes.
But that one can it really happen in Kenya? I don't think it can happen in Kenya. What I just feel is that the parent should be restrict the age at which the child should be given a phone. For example, why do you give a class 6 a phone? Why? Unless maybe it is a normal learning where we give the child a phone to copy some information they should be learning in school. You can Google an information for a child to copy. You just Google, let the child copy. Don't let the child have the phone
For the whole day.
the whole night, earphone, kila mara, in the street when they are walking. Actually, that is not right.
Okay. Okay.
Finally, to wrap up the discussion, Dr.
Yes.
This topic is, this point is, I don't know whether it's controversial or the use of contraceptives.
Okay.
I don't know whether it can cause the teenage pregnancy, rise the level of teenage pregnancy, or what do you understand generally? That is in your docket as a doctor.
Okay.
The use of contraceptives.
Okay.
Yeah. Please.
Now, parents should know what normally steps they should take when a child has been defiled.
Yes.
You know, there are some community and some religious departments that do not allow the use of any family planning.
Yes.
So, when your child has been defiled or when you have been raped in general, you should be able to seek, you should be able to go to the hospital. That is the first thing. In the hospital, what we'll do, we'll give you an emergency contraceptive that will help your child not to get pregnant. But also there are mature minors that normally come to the facility with their parents for family planning. Based on the discussion between the clinician and the mother and the parents, and telling them stopping pregnancy is not the end of everything. We have other diseases like HIV and STIs. So the child must be taught, must be under the presence of parents. But we don't normally actually just give minors family planning without consultation from the parents. Are you getting that?
I'm getting that.
Yes. So we normally engage parents in this, particularly when they bring a mature minor that might become pregnant.
Okay.
Particularly the parent has talked to this child, he has visualized this child, he has viewed this child, and he has seen or she has forecasted that this child might be pregnant.
Yeah.
And that's why she has taken that step to come to with the teenager to the facility for family planning. But it's a controversial topic, particularly based on the religion.
Okay.
Yes.
But so normally we don't allow, in fact in our academy or in our school, we don't even advise the parents to introduce the pupils to contraceptives. Because for example, if maybe you've introduced a pupil to a long-term contraceptive, the child will know that this is now freedom.
Yes.
I will just do it the way I did.
Yes.
Because I will not be pregnant. So
but not knowing
yeah.
there is HIV and STIs.
Actually.
Yes.
So I think parents should understand this. Right?
Yes, the parents should understand this, and they should know what to do in case of defilement. And because some teenagers have become pregnant due to not taking emergency contraceptive when they had been defiled or raped.
Okay.
Yeah, they should know that. So in the community, as a teacher, you know, in our profession, we normally meet these cases of teenage pregnancy.
Yeah.
But when you are now discussing this issue with parents, just to treat the perpetrator,
yeah.
they are not willing to give information.
Yeah.
So what can you say about that?
Yeah, actually, maybe some parents might not be giving the information.
Yes.
Though I've not had the issue in my academy,
Okay.
Where a child has been like raped, or rather the child has been defiled,
Yes.
and the parents are hiding. But they just feel that there is something lacking here.
Okay.
Or maybe a parent might not be knowing the child's right.
Okay.
Yeah, the child right. Well, maybe what will happen after a child has been defiled?
Okay.
What are the actions to take? As in my academy, we have got the groups, the discussion groups that maybe we have, the guiding and counseling groups that we have with these pupils. That if this happens, what should you do? If this happens, what should you do? Even when I call the parents meeting, I always tell the parents the action they should be taking. But there are some, maybe an ignorant parent outside there. They may not know the action to take when a child has been defiled, a child has been impregnated. Some of them might go as far as hiding the perpetrator when they have been given little cash.
I understand.
So my parent outside there, or rather any other parent, you and I feel the pain of a girl child.
Okay.
We are not encouraging you to hide any perpetrator. That let this perpetrator be brought to book.
Okay.
So that they know when this perpetrator has not been brought to book, maybe if you hide him, you will also encourage that little child that has been defiled. That maybe it is normal.
It's normal.
It is normal. Like so and so was raped, the other side, the parent did this, the parent did that, the child became pregnant, maybe abortion was also implemented. Okay. Some other friends of the victim will also copy, paste, and maybe the life will continue. This will also help in the rise of the teenage pregnancies. So what step do you normally take maybe when this scenario has been brought into your consent?
In terms of a child has been
defiled.
Yeah. There are steps that we normally take that parents should be able to know. First of all, if this one happens to you, you are a young girl, please let the clothes that the victim was wearing not be washed. Even the small clothes, the pants, they should not be washed. In fact, you should be bringing this child as early as you have detected this problem, because there are some tests that we will carry, there are some drugs that we will give to prevent HIV and STI, and then we will even take this child to support center. We will be doing counseling because this thing can affect the child for a longer period of time. So there are steps that we normally follow to help this child and also to trace the perpetrator, so that he can be brought to book.
And the discussion has been very wonderful.
Yes.
And actually, to the viewers, just the way we've been discussing friendly here, kindly put this information that we're giving you into practice. And maybe if you may also help learn, so that each and everything happening in our daily lives be fruitful to our children. Every day I value a child, especially girl child. Yes. They always say that children are the same, but girl child are the most risky sex. So please, parents outside there, the discussion has been very wonderful, and be closer to your children. Make them your friends. Just call them daddy, call them honey, call them mommy, so that if maybe another person calls them that, they should not be giving into the perpetrator. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe this channel for more videos to come.
Thank you so much and welcome again. If you have not subscribed, hit the notification bell, hit and subscribe for more videos to come. And please comment in the comment section. Meet you again in the next video. Muchas gracias.